My name is Erica Dickstein. I'm with Spring Insight.
I'm Andy Fraser. I'm with Sandglass.
Today, Andy and I are going to chat about proprietary versus open source platform. So just to set expectations here, we are not going to make a recommendation because each option has a trade-off. And for every client, there could be a right answer, and it's not always the same answer. Proprietary, so that is a system like Squarespace, someplace where you are going, they own your code, they own the code, you go in, you build your site there, and you are paying them for use of their tools. And then on the other side is WordPress or Drupal or something like that. It's open source. It means lots and lots of people are able to develop in that platform.
You can move it to another host, another partner, whatever you want to do. And with the proprietary system, you're doing their system. And if you ever want to leave, it stays with them. It can't go anywhere else. The open source systems are much better at exporting. If you're not even happy with that system, it's much easier to export.
Both of these systems can succeed or can fail depending on the organizational needs. So trade-off number one, control versus convenience.
If you want control, you want to go more with an open source system. For convenience, if you have a relatively small site and you want to get it up and you don't see that it's going to be growing, because with these proprietary systems, there are some limitations. So if you're mostly just a basic informational site and you don't see it going beyond that, that's certainly a good solution, I think.
You are at the mercy when you are in a proprietary platform of whatever their terms and conditions are. In an industry such as marijuana, you would never want to do that on a proprietary system. Whoever is in charge decides is their particular way of doing business is going to impact you, right?
They can shut you down and it's not easy to rebuild if they take it away from you. And I mean, maybe the law changed something, or maybe they have an issue with one state.
Something might not even seem controversial, but then it becomes controversial. Trade-off number two, ownership versus portability, which I think this one is a huge decision point, and a decision point that a lot of organizations don't know that they're making when they choose platforms.
Proprietary platforms such as Squarespace and Wix and many of them, sometimes they have blogs, and blogs over time can get quite extensive. And if you ever want to move that, a lot of times they don't make it easy, and it's a matter of a lot of work. But in the case where you have a 5-page website and you don't have that kind of information, you don't see it expanding, the 5-page website is not that hard to move on. But once you start getting to things like blogs or e-commerce or anything else, especially e-commerce, because sometimes they have proprietary systems, that make it difficult to move.
We have to understand with proprietary systems, it costs a lot less to set one of these up because the business model is we want to hold on to you, right? We want the cost of entry to be less so that you'll be with us longer, but that does take away that portability. Flexibility and customization. That's trade-off number three.
After the first year, the price doubles. After you locked into their system, they double the price or triple the price, or maybe make it 20 or 30%. They're not very straightforward with what their pricing is.
You are beholden to their pricing as well. You'll hear some people who will say that open source is free. Open source is not free. You are more able to control your pricing with open source than you are in a proprietary platform.
Proprietary systems will do a lot of what basic website would need to do. And if you look at other open source programs such as WordPress, we'll have hundreds of thousands of developers developing all kinds of tools and plugins that will help you do things every industry you can imagine. I think it depends on the person who's going to be editing the website, because the different proprietary systems work in different ways. Sometimes they're very easy to use and they're all in one, where payment's there, the security's there, everything's there, you just pay your monthly fee. So there are some advantages there.
They are going to be able to call somebody. There is the Wix customer service. There is Squarespace customer service. There is no such thing as WordPress customer service. It is an open source system. It's like oxygen, going outside. It's an oxygen customer service that doesn't exist, right? Like open source, it's just out there. If you are a large enough organization that you are able to get a development team that you trust, obviously that's gold standard. But if you're brand new, I would also add the size of your business. Not everybody is building an organization that they're going to want to scale. Maybe they're starting a one-person coaching business. They really just need a little bit of a digital presence that sort of says, yes, we exist, but they're not really planning to grow. Thank you so much for joining me and for being a part of this video. If anybody is interested in scheduling time so that we can chat, our website is springinsight.com.
Sandglass.com.
And if you enjoyed the content here, please subscribe because we put out content regularly.